Good evening, everybody. Welcome to tonight's call. My name's Nick, and I'm coming to you from Johannesburg, here in South Africa. And tonight's call is a training call to show you how to enroll properly and how to place your new prospects properly. It's very, very important that it's done right from the beginning, because this business depends on you, right? So you're not alone, but it's your business, but you're not alone in this business, right? As the picture shows you there, success all depends on the second letter, which is you. So tonight I'm going to attempt to teach you how to enroll properly, because once you enroll properly in the beginning, your business will run like on half autopilot. You'll just have to work on your one binary. So the three top sellers, as you can see, is the Tahitian noni juice, the thermo, and the nighttime. Those are the bases of your business, these three products. So I always say, when you get involved in this business, decide what products you're going to focus on. And then once you've got a happy customer or a happy partner in your organization, then you can actually expand and offer them the other lines that we have. So, Leonie, I've just made you co-host because I have a week's unstable line here. So as ek afgesny word, you won't lose. You'll come back in, but at least it will carry on going. So, okay, so that's on the three important lines. So our business has values which we live by, through partnerships. So we have what we call a partners council. Just to give you a brief overview on the company, we have a partners council that talks to corporate, and we give them we share ideas so that we can bring it down into the field and share in the spoils, because our compensation plan is a 51-49 split. It's also what do they call it? I'm lost. But anyway, so that's on a thing. Our real products, real results. We deliver high quality science-backed products. Our products are all backed by science. Transformative opportunity. We empower others with powers and tools like the app that we have. You can use the app. We believe in work from your phone or work from home. So operational excellence. We consistently operate with excellence, ensuring the highest quality in all business operations. We've just been awarded a AAA thing by the Work From Home Society. Positive impact. We inspire people to reach their greatest potential, operating with honesty, integrity, and kindness. We got the #1 award for that 2024 also, and we built to last. We are $400 million debt-free company. We believe in building legacy businesses that stand the test of time. Remember, this business is willable, transferable, and sellable. So a couple of terminologies that we use that you need to get familiar with. The power line and the pay line, which is the two binaries that your business runs off, and we're going to focus on that tonight. Your PV, which is short for point volume. Every product has PV. Remember that. Why does that happen? That's because we're a global company. We're in 67 countries, and each product has a PV attached to it. So if you got somebody in the UK that you want to sell something to, or you want to bring into your business, and you want to know how to sell it and the easiest way to sell it, because we're on the compensation plan C. There's A and B, but we're on C. Everything works off PV. So you deal with the person in the UK through their shopping basket, which you can do on your website, your back office, by clicking on the country's flag. It brings up their shopping basket, and then whatever the person pays in their currency, but it's the PV, it's the point volume that gets channeled down to you, and that's how your commission gets calculated and paid to you every single Friday. So flush means every Friday, your volume in your pay line gets flushed from your power line. Now, your power line is very important because the pay line can't work without the power line, and the power line can't work without the pay line. Now, if you have to have PV in both lines in order for you to get paid, remember that. The pay line is the most important line. So tonight, I'm going to share with you a nugget, a golden nugget. I've used it, and where there's a lot of people that haven't done it right from the beginning, what happens is you'll end up working both lines. If you work it properly from the beginning, you will get your power line to go automatically, and all you need to do and have to do is to concentrate on your pay line. Right? Carryover bonus is the PV left over after the volume from your power line is deducted from your pay line to pay you the commission on the Friday, because once the pay line volume gets deducted, the pay line goes to zero, and on Saturday you start with zero, because our week starts Saturday to Friday. Okay, so very important, your story. Your story, remember, your sponsor would have told you, you got to start using the products so that you become the product of the product. The business does not happen because of the product. The business happens for two reasons. It happens because of you, and it happens because of what the product does. Right? So you need to get your story together. If you're new in the business and you haven't got a story yet, believe me, there's plenty of people in your team that will have a story to share with you, and you can share their story. Right. So have a 2-minute story to tell, because people listen, and they listen to your story. They listen to your story because they also have a story. So while they're listening, they're thinking for themselves what they can do and what they're going to do. So the best way I say to you, what you should do is go to your family, go to people that are close to you, and practice with them. Practice with them. Don't make it too long, about 2 minutes. And notice and ask the questions. Did they capture your attention? Did their story connect, or did you get lost? In other words, did they get lost with your story? Would you ask for more information after listening to your story? Why? Why not? How is their pace, volume, and tone? So your story mustn't be a one tone. Okay? Mustn't be monotonous. You must capture the attention of the person that's listening to your story, because facts tell, but stories sell. Remember that. Okay. Did they use simple or ordinary words? So don't go there and talk about PV and talk about power line, pay line, all the terminologies that you use in the business. Remember, they don't know about the business. They're listening to you. So layman's terms, use that, make them understand, talk as if they don't know anything. Right. So your body language, your posture, right, must be there. Change your voice. So have the tones, like we said, change the pace, volume, and also keep their attention to what you do. So we have a pipeline. Now, a lot of people, when you talk to them about the business, they're going to tell you two things. One, they're going to say to you, is it one of those, or it takes too much time? No, it doesn't. It doesn't, because once you've told your story often enough, all right, you'll figure out how to put it across, and your messaging, okay? Once that's worked out, only then will you master the correct message, and you will see that if you don't succeed, it means you haven't quite mastered it. So you've got to go back, and you've got to do it again. Okay? In our business, we always say the more no's you get, the closer you get to the yes. Right? The closer you will get to the yes. So just remember that too. All right, so then, three-way calls, third-party calling and edification. What exactly does that mean? Now you'll see the red, the purple, and the green circle. The red one is you, right? Now, when you bring a leader to close for you, to secure the new prospect into your business, just remember that person that you're going to introduce the leader to does not know who he or she is, right? So if you look at the relationship between you and the prospect that you want the leader to close your business with, because remember, if you've just started the business, you don't know everything. Okay, everybody starts in the same place, and that's the beauty of our business. There are people that are there and that will do the close for you. So your relationship with your prospect is that of trust, either by friendship or a colleague or a neighbor or something. So you and that person know each other. Your aim is to build that same trust or connect the leader or the expert to the prospect. So your relationship with the leader is, again, it's knowledgeable, it's helpful, it's fun, it's there. You know the leader. So we say you need to edify the leader. You need to edify that person that you have called to close for you. Now, edification means you have to introduce that person to the new person, prospective new person. You have to introduce that person in such a way that that person feels very special, that there's an actual leader that's talking to that person that you have arranged based on the trust you have with your friend or your colleague, and he's brought you two together so that he can explain or she can explain the business and hopefully close, to build that trust via edification. So remember that when you're doing a three-way call, okay? And then you introduce the leader to that person as well, right? So you're introducing two people, the leader to that person and that person to the leader. Remember that. Now, the power of four. People say, I don't know anybody. I don't know how to build. I don't know how to grow my business. I don't know how to do it. One thing you got to remember here, you got to stay teachable, trainable, and coachable. You need to duplicate. Duplication in this business is the number one most important thing you got to remember. Because if you look at the picture on the screen there, the power of four. Now, the power of four, it's actually the power of 4x4. 4 customers, 4 brand partners. Now, you get 4 people. So once a person gets into your business, you need to get, as fast as you can, that person to get 4 people in front of you as the sponsor. Okay. If you're still new and you can't do it yet, get the leader involved again, because that's what they're there for. That's what they are there to help you. So once you get 4 people, what's the next step? Those 4 people must each get 4 people, because that's what you taught them. That's how you did it. Everything has to be right from the beginning. And the importance of that is so that that person introduces the same way and does the same way as you taught them. And that's very, very important. Okay, so whatever you're doing in the beginning has to be done correctly so that the people in the first generation, second generation, and that means the person that you've signed up is your first generation. The person that person has signed up is your second generation. So the system must be the same throughout the generations. And then you'll achieve your residual income. So if you look at the screen there, you get the 4 people. Now, if each person brings 4 people, suddenly you've got 16 people. If each of those 16 people get told and taught and do what they have to do, suddenly you've got 64 people, or 256 after that, and 1,024. The more people that come into your business, look how much you earn there. Look how much you earn. I promise you now, there's people earning that. And that's because they follow the system. Network marketing is not this difficult. Network marketing is about the system. Network marketing or partnership marketing is about do it right, and it's going to do it for you. Okay, so the other thing I want to bring to your attention is the color wheel. So depending on the week that you sign up, always check the color week that you have signed up, right? So for example, this week is red week. This week is red week. Friday night, 12 o'clock, 1 minute past 12. It goes into blue week. So it's better to sign somebody in your business on a Saturday, or on a Monday, or Sunday, or Tuesday. From Wednesday, maybe Thursday, Friday, hold off until Saturday, because if you sign somebody up on a Thursday or and a Friday, the first Friday, so you need to get to ultimate. You need to get to an ultimate level in the first four weeks. In other words, 4 Fridays from the week you signed up. Now, is it better to sign somebody up on a Saturday so that the first Friday is the next Friday, which is 5-6 days later? Or do you want to sign somebody up on a Thursday and a Friday, and the first Friday is 2 days' time, or the same day? It's always better to bring somebody in closer to the beginning of the week, the better. Right. Remember that. Now, most important, here we're going to go. We're going to go through the placements now, right? We're going to go through how you place, and this is what I do. It's not cast in stone. There's others that do it differently, but this is what I do. And the reason why I do this is because I want to create a power line that will run on its own based on the duplication that follows after I've taught the team. Right. So when you get into my team, I tell you, I use the power of 4 as an example. So the first thing you do is you enroll somebody, pick a side. This side will say on the right side, which is the number 1. At the moment, that's your right side. Your second person you bring in is on the left side. Okay. So Ben, just give me thumbs up if number 1 is on the right and number 2 is on the left. Okay. So your reasoning for putting the first 2 on each side. Remember I told you power line and pay line. So you need to work towards getting your brand partner, your new person in your business, paid, but paid very quickly. And the only time that they can get paid is when they have volume, point volume on each side. Right. At this stage, we don't know yet which is power line and which is pay line. We have signed 2 people up. Now we've got them ready. The first Friday that comes up after so let's say this week, you get paid next week, whatever PV you generate. So we've put the first 2 people on each side, right? The third person goes on the right-hand side, and the fourth person goes on the right-hand side. Now look what I've just done there. I've created a power line. I've created a power line because now if I teach right and number 1, number 3, number 4 do exactly what I've taught, what I did, you're going to get this. There's number 2. So number 2, first one on the left. Okay. Now what did I say? To get number 2 to get paid, right? For number 2 to get paid, they put 1 on the right-hand side. So now remember we did it to yourself, 1 and 2. Now number 2 is done 7 and 9. Left side, right side. Now they're going to get paid because there's volume. So where does 3 and 4 go to? 3 and 4. Can you see the mirroring? What's happened now? They've done exactly the same, but except the mirror image. So now they're creating a power line that's going to eventually run on its own. Now just picture, let's say number 7, because these are all connectors. These are all connectors. They're called connectors. Your aim is to find the builder. The aim is to find the builder. Now imagine you have a builder in your left line and a builder on your right line doing exactly this and teaching this. What happens to you? Suddenly you have a power line running on its own and a pay line running on its own, or a power line running on the other side. Whichever one has the most or the least volume is the pay line. Whichever one has the most volume in that week is the power line. So now we're going to go and do this whole thing again. Right, we were there. Now, number 7 signs up their first brand partner, but number 7's already got number 8. Okay, so all number 7 needs to do to get paid is activate the other line, which is just done, number 9. And then number 8's got an available line there, or number 7 has got an available line there. So when number 7 signs up the next one, you look on your tree view and it shows available. Okay, you all know where your tree view is. Your tree view is on your dashboard under business. Click on business, you'll find tree view there. So now number 4 or number 3 signs their first one. Where does he put his first one? He puts him on the right-hand side. Remember what we taught. Now his second one, where's he going to put him? He's going to put his second one next to number 4. Why? Because he's got to create 2 lines to get paid. So 3.2 and number 4 is power line, pay line, whichever one, and he gets paid. In fact, number 3, 4, and 3.1 is the power line, because there's 2 now. Number 3.2 is in the pay line. So now, because he's activated the pay line, he can get paid, because power line has PV, and number 3 has just done the thing. So in other words, from you to the right down, it's automatically growing. From you to the left down, it's automatically growing. So if you have a builder on both sides and they start pushing, you'll just see both lines running. So now there's your 3. Your 3 and your 1. You see how it's going to go automatically because they're doing the same system. Now, number 4 has just activated as well. Or, in fact, number 3.2, sorry. The 3.2 is activated, which is on the right of 3.2. It's not the right of the left of 4. It's the right of 3.2. Okay? And then there's the left of 3.2. So now they've created a pay line and a power line to get paid. And the next one to sign in under number 8 will be number 11, because that's the available one that either number 2, 5, 7, or 8 wants to sign in. They found number 11, that was the available spot. So I hope you understand how simple it is and how to do it, and you get it. You do a manual entry in your, in fact, you do a graphic tree. You click on graphic tree, it brings up the tree. You'll see where's the available, and then you put there, because you will be able to see what's on your power line and what needs to come on your pay line. Okay, so as you can see now, the reason for the left side to be power line, it's the longer one. So the longer one will have more PV, and the right-hand side will be your pay line, and I'll show you the PV now. Because your base commission, remember, the third thing in your compensation plan. The first one is retail profit. The second one is first order bonus. That's the retail profit is up to 30% that you can get make on the product. Your first order bonus, irrespective of the level that you're at, is 35% on the first order PV that either your customer or brand partner will give you. And then the third one, which is the residual income part of it. And residual means you get paid for doing just about nothing but for looking after your pay line. So base commission is paid on the volume of your pay line on a weekly basis. And remember what we said, flush. Once you deduct, you'll see there the PV on the power line, 1,700 PV. The PV on the pay line, 1,300. Now, on Friday, 1,700 gets deducted by the 1,300, which leaves you with a carryover of 400, okay? 400 PV. And that 1,300 was calculated like this. Remember, if you signed an ultimate, 200 PV, 3.1, okay? If you sign an ultimate here, you've got 4, 3, 1, and yourself, right? And at 3.1 is at 200 PV. You will get 35% first order bonus on that 200 PV. It works out to actually 1,050 Rand at a currency of, an in-house currency of 15 Rand to the dollar. Because 1 PV is $1, is 15 Rand. That 200 PV goes right up. So number 4 will get the 200 PV. Number 3 will get the 200 PV, and number 1 will get the 200 PV. You as 3.1 will get paid on the 200 PV, but you, number 4, number 3, number 1 will get paid depending on which line. If this line is their pay line, you will get a further 10% on the volume generated in your pay line every single week. So in this case, the total volume that this is you on top here, is 1,300 PV. Now, end of the week, calculates 1,300, 10% of 1,300 will give you an earning of $130 over and above what, over and above the first order bonus that you got. You'll get a further 10%, okay? So $130, work it out times by 50. That's over and above what you get. So if you, as the top, goes down and helps your team build and generate that PV, you see the money that you make over and above what's going on in your organization. Okay, so to recap, you have to have power line, and you have to have a pay line to get paid off your pay line. Because the power line gets deducted from the pay line, the difference gets carried over into the Saturday, and your pay line goes to 0. So you start again. So if your team fires, and by the way, this is not only this is your pay line, if this is you. The number 3.2, 3.2.1, 3.2.2, that's also pay line. So all of this, it's calculated because you're on the top there. Now, if you're thinking it's only the top that makes the money, it's wrong. It's not the case. Not the case at all. Because if you're building a team and your team is firing, your team is bringing in the numbers, you're on top. You will make the numbers. Remember that. Okay. So it's never too late. Never, ever too late. And there's the PV from the point volume on the pay line. We've discussed that. Sorry, guys. We'll just get out of this. So now, I don't know if you guys have seen this video. Now, the reason I'm going to show this video to you guys is simply because I want you guys to see what momentum does. Because if you look at the scenario of Nic sitting here and he's the presenter, right? I'm not or the sponsor, let's call it that. I'm not the most important person. It's the next person that comes in that brings in all the other people that bring in the other people. Now, if you watch what happens here, in the beginning, everybody is shocked. The aim here is to get to turning point when momentum is hitting. Why? Because people at the moment, remember the people that you talk to that say no, it doesn't mean no, it means not now. Right? But as the people get into your business and they start hearing how much money you started making, whether it's 10 Rand, 100 Rand, or 1,000 Rand, the bush telegraph moves very quickly. Because today, just at a petrol increase, it's expensive. People want a second income. People want to know that they get their salary every 25th or end of the month, but you get paid every single week. So when they leave their job, there's no more salary. You have your own timetable. This business allows you to work in your bed, on the beach, on the grass, in another country, wherever. You can do this business because we have what we call the internet. Now, watch closely what happens in this little 3-minute video and just picture what will happen if we all decide we're going to now go and recruit and build our businesses and let the people build their businesses that will in turn help us build our businesses so that we can make residual income. And eventually the people that are sitting outside, those people that said no, they will say, no, but hold on. You know what? They did tell me about this. I think I'm going to give it a try. They will come to you. They will come to you. I have people that were talking to me 3 years ago that are coming to me today. Why? Because they hear what's going on. They see this and say, but what are you doing? And then you just tell them, you let them use the product. You sell them the product, make your 30%. When they come for the second one, for the top up, that's when you say to them, well, why don't you buy it cheaper and go and tell them, bless somebody and tell them about the product. So watch this and I'll be back after this.
Learned a lot about leadership and making a movement. Then let's watch a movement happen, start to finish in under 3 minutes and dissect some lessons. First, of course, a leader needs the guts to stand alone and look ridiculous. But what he's doing is so simple, it's almost instructional. This is key. You must be easy to follow. Now here comes the first follower with a crucial role. He publicly shows everyone else how to follow. Notice how the leader embraces him as an equal. So it's not about the leader anymore. It's about them, plural. Notice how he's calling to his friends to join in. So it takes guts to be a first follower. You stand out and you brave ridicule yourself. Being a first follower is an underappreciated form of leadership. The first follower transforms a lone nut into a leader. If the leader is the flint, the first follower is the spark that really makes the fire. Now here's the second follower. This is a turning point. It's proof the first has done well. Now it's not a lone nut and it's not two nuts. 3 is a crowd and a crowd is news. A movement must be public. Make sure outsiders see more than just the leader. Everyone needs to see the followers because new followers emulate followers, not the leader. Now here come 2 more people, then 3 more immediately. Now we've got momentum. This is the tipping point, and now we have a movement. As more people jump in, it's no longer risky. If they were on the fence before, there's no reason not to join in now. They won't stand out, they won't be ridiculed, and they will be part of the in crowd if they hurry. And over the next minute, you'll see the rest who prefer to stay part of the crowd, because eventually they'd be ridiculed for not joining. And ladies and gentlemen, that is how a movement is made. So let's recap what we've learned. If you are a version of the shirtless dancing guy, all alone, remember the importance of nurturing your first few followers as equals, making everything clearly about the movement, not you. Be public, be easy to follow. But the biggest lesson here, did you catch it? Leadership is over-glorified. Yes, it started with the shirtless guy, and he'll get all the credit, but you saw what really happened. It was the first follower that transformed a lone nut into a leader. There's no movement without the first follower. See, we're told that we all need to be leaders, but that would be really ineffective. The best way to make a movement, if you really care, is to courageously follow and show others how to follow. When you find a lone nut doing something great, have the guts to be the first person to stand up and join in.
So you get the point there. You know, people wait. They wait to see what's going to happen. Eventually, they have to get involved. Otherwise, they're going to be ridiculed, like he says. Okay, so couple of important things. When you start, you have 4 weeks to get to ultimate. Okay, 4 weeks or less. So either you buy yourself into ultimate, or you have 4 weeks to gather 200 PV. Now, if you get a total of 200 PV in your pay line, that's fine. And that means the people under you help you. So their PV all adds up to what you need, okay? 200 PV, it adds up. So you've got to get it in a week if you're going to use the people underneath. Okay, 200 PV. Or 8 weeks, and then also 8 weeks to go gold. So if you don't get to 200 PV, right, you have 8 weeks to go to gold. Now, what does gold mean? 4 active brand partners. If you an ultimate, you automatically gold and ultimate forever. So you won't have this worry. All right. So if you're not ultimate yet, I suggest go to your sponsor and let them work something out for you to get you to ultimate, right? Every month, in order for you to stay commission qualified, you need a minimum of 20 PV in your qualifying week, which means the 4th Friday. right? 20 PV. And generally, that's a member pack, a thermo and a nighttime, right? That's 20 PV. It's basically, I don't like using subscribe and save. I always say reorder, because every product is only for a month. So you need to reorder. Make sure you reorder in your qualifying week. So either that, or if you have a customer, not a brand partner, if you have a customer that wants to buy product from you, and you know your qualifying week is Saturday, let them buy it on the Saturday and make sure it's 20 PV. Or if it's 10 PV, all you need to do is buy 10 PV. Okay, because that customer's 10 PV plus your 10 PV that you buy will make up the 20. Or if the customer buys a thermo and a nighttime, a member pack, you qualify because of that sale. Right, so remember that as a nugget. And then every fourth Friday to make up your 20 PV. So what do you need? You have everything you need, right? You have a website that you can replicate. So you can send somebody to your website to do an order by simply sending them a link, right? Number one. Back office, you've got a back office there that tells you everything about your business, your volume, your tree view, your money, how much money you're making, your products, you can go into any country's shopping basket. You have the share app. Whatever you can do on a computer, you can do on the share app. Swag and event materials that we have. We're busy now getting some swag together so that we can offer it to everybody. And again, award-winning marketing tools. So on the app, you can enroll somebody. You can merge your contacts from your phone onto the app. You can divide hot customers, warm customers, cold customers on the app. So you want to send a special to your warm customers. You can send it on the app just to your warm customers. You pre-programmed all of that, right? And then virtual trainings like we're doing tonight. Also, we'll do live training. We can do live training also. Yolandi's got a couple of markets lined up in Bloemfontein. So if you guys are keen, I'm going to come down for the show at your place. I don't know, I forgot what it is, the showgrounds. There's going to be a stalletjie there. We're gonna go there. We're gonna sell product. We do it here in Joburg as well. In fact, I have one coming up in May or something, 4th of May. So make a note in Joburg if you're around. I need you to help me there. So that's that. On the app also, there's tools, there's onboarding little clips, 3-minute videos. Watch those. And then quotes to live by and action to take. So I love these quotes. I just put them on here just for you guys to see. He or she who holds the clicker gets paid quicker. So because Nic's sitting here talking to you, Nic's going to get paid quicker. You know what I'm saying? So your aim must be to sit in Nic's chair. And my aim must be to sit on the beach, eat my popcorn, watch you sitting in this chair telling people what I'm telling you. That's it. This is the business. That's what this business is all about. Tell me yes, tell me no, tell me quick, I've got to go. Now, if you listen to those words, what does it tell you? Success loves speed. So in our business, it's not bells and whistles. It's be quick, be in a hurry, and get somebody on a Zoom. And the Zoom must be quick, it must be to the point, and then you must go in there, close the customer, move on to the next one. Because success loves speed. If you sit around and you dawdle around, life gets in the way, and they start losing, they start getting cold. So when they're hot, you bring them in, put somebody on the left, put somebody on the right, and your aim is to get them paid. That's what you got to do, right? So, and to get them paid doesn't mean to say they need to put the people in. You can help them, and if you bring people in, you can put them under them and help them with their volume. You need to get them paid, right? Successful people are busy people. Successful people are busy people. where attention goes, energy flows. So if you look at Ben is focusing on his social media, he's focusing on putting the marketing ads out there. I promise you now, the more he puts out there, the more his algorithm is going to kick in, the more we sharing and liking and loving and whatever the case is, he'll get more traffic on his site there, and he'll get questions. What are you doing, Ben? What is all this that you advertise? Can you tell me more about this? You're creating that energy, and that's the attention that's going to come because of that, right? The fortune favors the brave. So get out of your comfort zone. You want to be successful? Don't sit in the hookie. Don't sit in a comfortable chair. Get out of your comfort zone. Ben has got out of his comfort zone now. He's no more that teruggetrokken, quiet Ben now. Ben is now racing. He's become a racehorse. He's firing in the mornings. First thing I do is I put my phone and I look, what has Ben done now? I want to see. So, that's what's happening. You're only going to succeed if you do something that you never used to do, right? If it's meant to be, it's up to me. Success is the second letter. The second letter in success is you, right? So you're the one. And then iron sharpens iron. Iron sharpens iron means rub on my shoulder and I'll sharpen your shoulder. Iron sharpens iron. That's it. So guys, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. I hope you enjoyed the call. Share this now. Watch it again. And honestly,